Good afternoon, each and everyone. Amar, could you please confirm me whether I'm audible or not?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, Amar. Thank you for the confirmation. Yeah, dear professors, good afternoon to each and everyone. Irfan this side from EDLMU division of ExcelR. Welcome to International Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics in collaboration with Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, that is APSSDC. As we all know, the field of education is constantly evolving, and it is important to keep up with the latest trends and technologies. So using data analytics, we can analyze the data related to student performance, faculty engagement, and curriculum effectiveness. This can help us to identify areas where we can improve and make a data-driven decisions to enhance the overall learning experience. So by incorporating data analytics into our faculty development programs, we can equip our educators with the skills and knowledge they need to stay ahead of the curve and ensure that our students receive the best possible education. So for exploring this data analytics domain, we have our guest today, our Director of Products from ExcelR, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, sir. Hi, Srini, sir.
Yeah, hello, Irfan.
Yeah. So, Srinivas, sir, is a data scientist of 17 years of experience. Basically, he's a leading data scientist in ExcelR. So, without wasting much time in introduction, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to productive and rewarding few days together. I'm handing over the next session to our director, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, sir. Srini, sir, please.
Thank you, Irfan. Yeah. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon and warm welcome to the 5-day FDP program on data analysis in collaboration with APSSDC. So I'll not take more than 5 minutes. So just to give you what are the things that we are going to learn as part of this and how this will be helpful for faculty as well as for the students, right? And before that, let me give you a brief introduction about ExcelR solutions. I'm sure some of you must have already joined in the prior FDP program that we have been conducting in collaboration with various colleges and government entities. A few days ago, in fact, in this month only, so we have conducted one FDP on AI and ChatGPT in collaboration with KLU University, a prestigious deemed university from Andhra Pradesh. All right. Yeah. So coming to the introduction to ExcelR solutions. So this is almost 10 years the old company. So we are into EdTech, so tech trainings. So wherein we have been delivering trainings on data science, artificial intelligence, and cloud, DevOps, so on and so forth. So far, we have delivered the trainings to almost 3 lakhs students across the globe. And we have collaborated almost 700 colleges and universities pan-India, right? And then we have been delivering a lot of free trainings as part of our EDL Everyday Learning Initiative to various categories of students. So be it engineering, non-engineering, right, like MBA, right, BCom, BSc. So a lot of students have joined our programs and have got a very good knowledge and upskilled in their respective fields. And as part of that Everyday Learning Initiative, we have been conducting these FDP programs as well. Right? A lot of programs, so we have been conducting, and this will be continued in future as well. And I request all the faculty members who have joined here, if at all, if you are interested to collaborate with us in conducting more and more FDP sessions in future, please reach out to us. So our team, Irfan, who is leading this MOU team, please reach out to him. So we'll be happy to incorporate your topic of choice. So in which topic that you want us to conduct an FDP. So we'll be happy to conduct those FDPs, right? And coming to this current FDP program that we are going to conduct in collaboration with APSSDC on data analysis, especially we are going to focus on business intelligence tools, very popular business intelligence tools, Power BI and Tableau, right? So over the course of these 10 hours, our industry expert, experienced, the trainer, Mr. Shubham Kabre, he's going to walk us through the intricacies of Power BI and Tableau, and two industry leading platforms that are revolutionizing the way data is analyzed and presented, right? All this while, probably some of you must have been using this Tableau or Power BI, but so generally when we say data analysis, we will go to Excel. So that is the most the basic or advanced or whatever we call. So that is the Excel we use for the data analysis purpose. Now today we are in this the 5 days or 10 hours duration, we are going to introduce you the most powerful tools in today's world. The industry is using the Tableau and Power BI, right? In this data-driven world, the ability to effectively visualize the information or the data is pretty much crucial for interpretation, for making the other person understand what we are trying to analyze, what we are trying to present, right? And this program aims to equip our faculty with the necessary expertise in doing so, in analyzing the data efficiently and effectively using these two tools. And this FDP program will delve into the fundamental concepts of these two tools, providing the practical exercises that reinforce your learning apart from the theoretical concepts, as well as a few industry grade use cases. Shubham is going to walk us through a few industry use cases, how we can analyze the data. So how a data set looks like from the industry, what would be the business cases, business problems, not a few use cases we are going to see. You'll also gain proficiency in creating the interactive dashboards by going through this 5 days FDP program. So how to create the dashboards, and how do we analyze the data trends, right? And how can we present the complex data in a visually appealing and easily understandable manner, right? So the data set would be there. So probably, as I mentioned, all this while we have been using ExcelR, some charts, the bar charts or line charts, all these things, right? That's not the end of the world, right? Yes, so we have most powerful tools, powerful techniques that are there, and we are going to learn those things. The tips and secrets of the visualization we are going to learn now. Right? And by participating in this program, our faculty will enhance their personal skill set, but also become invaluable resources for our students, because these learnings you guys are going to discuss with the students in the classroom. You are going to integrate these learnings into various teachings, various subjects, so that the students will be able to understand very easily. So that is one or two key takeaways from this program. And also, these learnings you can utilize in your research, right? So you must be doing a lot of the research, writing a lot of research papers. Some of you must be doing PhDs. So as part of that, you have to present the data, you have to create some visualizations, you have to do some analysis, right? So these learnings will be immensely helpful for you. So in your projects, personal projects, as well as this will be useful even for the students. So when you explain a concept in visually appealing manner, the students will be able to understand, they will remember that concept lifelong. So with that note, again, congratulations everyone for joining us in today's FDP session. So I wish you all the best and happy learning. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Srinivas sir. I would like to request Leela to explain our LMS dashboard, so that everyone will be comfortable to join the further sessions through our LMS dashboard.
Yeah.
So over to you, Leela.
Yeah. Before that, just one announcement. So faculty members, if you get dropped off from the Zoom, already we have crossed the limit of 1,000. and you'll not be able to enter into the Zoom. You don't have to worry about it. And we have a YouTube link as well. Okay, you can also join in the YouTube link. So this Zoom session is live streaming on the YouTube also. If you face any difficulties, so please join in the YouTube also. Yeah, please go ahead, Leela.
Thank you, Irfan. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Very good evening. And we are very delighted to have you all here with us in this program, which is day one of International FTP on Data Analytics. So as Irfan announced, that I work as an LMS administrator here, and I'm here to give you an overview of our LMS functionality. When I say LMS, it is nothing but ExcelR's e-learning portal, which enables every one of you to access the recordings of this program and the materials that we're gonna share with you. And especially it lets you join the live session every day for these 5 days. And we will also avail the recordings of these sessions that are there with you for the lifetime in our LMS account. Okay, without further delay, I will dive all of you into the topic. And I believe everyone must already have received 2 emails from ExcelR as soon as you register for this program. The first email says that welcome to ExcelR and verify your account. If you see that email, there is a link provided to you where you can click on and set the password to the LMS account. And the second email says that welcome to Data Analytics International FTP program. Okay, so please check your emails, including the spam and promotion folders. There are chances that your mails may get into those folders as well. If not, try the steps that I'm going to explain you all now. Okay, let me share my screen and explain you the things. Irfan, can you please confirm me once my screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible, Leela.
Yeah, team, you may use any of the web browser available in your device and type onlinelearning.excelr.com. Okay. I'm repeating the things again. You can use any of the web browser available and type onlinelearning.excelr.com. As soon as enter this URL, and you will see the web page appearing on my screen with 3 options on the right hand side, which are sign in, store, and register. So now we have to consider the option called sign in. Okay, I click on sign in. And I enter my registered email ID. In case if I haven't set up the password, I can check, or else I can set the password using the forget your password option available here. So if you already have set the password and able to log into the LMS, you can directly log in using your email and the password. If not, those who haven't set the password yet, you can use this forget your password option and set your password now. I will pause here for one moment. I request everyone to try this. So once you click on forget your password, you will be asking to enter your registered email ID again. And when you click on reset my password, it will send you an email so that you can click on the link provided and set your password to the dashboard. Okay. So yes, once you are done, come back to the login page again and type your registered email ID and the password here. So now I'm giving my credentials. The password that I have set up. As soon as I enter my password and the email ID, I will be able to see the LMS like this with many options available. Under home, you will see the classroom access that has been given to you, which is nothing but Data Analytics International FTP program. Please refer this classroom which my mouse is hovering on, Data Analytics International Faculty Development Program. In case you people don't see the classroom access in your LMS, there is another way where you can enroll by yourself. On the top top of the screen, you can see the third option, that is store. If you go to store, there is a product available with the same name, Data Analytics FDP Program June 2023. So here is an option, enroll now for free. You all can click on this and you may go ahead with clicking on this again, enroll now for free, and click on proceed. And this classroom access will be there for you in your home. If you already have the access, you need not to try this. In case if you don't see that classroom access given to you, you can go into the store and enroll by yourself. If not, my team member will share the registration link again in the chat window. So you can use that link and register yourself. And we will ensure that we give you the access by tomorrow, the time you join the session. Okay. So now what all you have to do is, you have to click on this classroom name, which is Data Analytics International Faculty Development Program. And then there are certain folders which are made available for you as part of this program. So as part of this training, we are going to avail the live session access for all these 5 days. And then we will also make the recordings of these sessions available for your future reference. And we also share certain materials that are referred by our trainer during this session. Okay. So those folders are available in this particular classroom under curriculum tab, as you can see on my screen. Under session recordings, we already have created one folder with name day 1. So after this session, once you come to the LMS, you can see the session recording available in it. If you click on this, you will see the recording getting played once after this session is over. Okay, so this is how for the 5 days, once the program is over, you can access the recordings from the LMS itself. And coming to the materials, as this is the first day, we haven't availed any of the materials as of now. After this session, we will share the materials. We will upload them in this. You can access them from the materials folder. And coming to the first tab, which is feedback response. So team, we highly encourage everyone to submit your feedback of this session, how you felt about it and what are the insights that you have gained from it. It helps us to improve our quality and also motivate us to conduct more FDPs like this. And one more thing, once you fill this feedback response, we consider that you have attended this session. And out of these 5 sessions, if you have attended all the sessions or 60% or so of this training, then there are possibilities that you will be getting the participation certificate of this program. Okay. So these are all the things that I wanted to discuss with you, team. So as part of this training, you already have been given the LMS access, in which you have the session recordings, materials access, and the session live session joining. And you can use the Zoom link every day to join the session, or else you can join from the LMS itself. I will show you the ways. There is a tab called Meet. If you click on this Meet, here you can see the schedule, as you all see on my screen. So here is an option to join. So when you click on this join, it will ask you to proceed with the Zoom application. And then you can, directly join the Zoom application from the LMS itself. This is the first way of the joining. The other way of joining the session is, as soon as you log into the LMS, on your right-hand side of the screen, there is a today's session tab, under which you will see the session schedule again, which is Data Analytics FDP Day 1. Here is an option again, which is join. Once you click on join, it will ask you to proceed, and then it will take you to the Zoom application. As I already have joined, I'm not using it now. Maybe you can use this option tomorrow to join the session from LMS. Okay. Yeah, I hope I made the things clear. In case if you face any difficulties to access the LMS, or if you don't see the classroom access has been given to you, you can write us an email to edl@excelr.com. Our team will help you on it. Thank you, and we wish you very all the best and happy learning with ExcelR solutions. Thank you, Irfan, and hi, Shubham.
Hello.
Yeah, over to you, Shubham. Thank you.
Thank you, Lila. So very good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Shubham Kabre. I am seasoned trainer at ExcelR Solutions. Talking about myself, I have around 10 years of IT experience working with TCS, Infosys, Deloitte, and I have been working through these companies in the data analytics domain since the beginning of my career. So like since we have all gathered over here to learn about the intricacies of data analytics tools such as Power BI and Tableau. So since it is already mentioned and clear that we have this session for 10 hours, so we have divided the first 2 days on Power BI and the remaining 3 days for Tableau. So I'm going to take you through what is Power BI, what are the different features we have in Power BI, and we are going step by step, and then in tomorrow's session we would be creating the dashboard on Power BI. So I hope that you all are aware of Power BI, what it is. So still I will take you from the basics of this Microsoft tool. So for that purpose, let me just share my screen and let me know once you see my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So this is a Power BI. This software that you see in my screen is a Power BI. So why there is a need of data analytics tool? Why is it needed that we need Power BI or we need Tableau to do analysis? The main purpose is when you do the analysis on any other software, be it Excel or be it any other tool for that matter, the analysis up to the mark we can't do with respect to business requirements. So the thing is that some businesses want their data to be given more analysis and more weightage, and the data insights needs to be drawn into much depth than what is expected. So keeping those things into mind, these tools have been developed. Talking specifically about Power BI, it's a Microsoft. Like we have PowerPoint, Excel, Word document, WordPad. Likewise, Power BI is also one of the greatest tools of Microsoft community. So talking about Microsoft, since this is a business intelligence tool, what we can do here is primary role of Microsoft Power BI desktop is to create the dashboards. Now, when you talk about dashboards, it is not only about clubbing all the charts together and show them in one screen. It is all about the reasoning behind it. You might have created dashboards, but if you don't have proper vision and reason, then creation of dashboard does not make sense. So to help the businesses grow and remain competitive in the market, Power BI will definitely help you in doing that by creating the dashboards. So we create the dashboards in Power BI in pages. You see here, we have page 1. You can create dashboard over here. You can create as many pages as possible. Power BI is inspired, or it has lot of features from Excel. So if you know Excel very well, then you have already covered some part in Power BI. So be it in terms of writing the calculations, creating the charts, creating the dashboards, using some features like conditional formatting or using some shapes, icons. So these are already available in Excel. So what Power BI has done, it has used the similar features over here so that building the dashboard can become effective. Now let's deep dive into the different sections that we have in Power BI desktop. So first of all, Power BI desktop, this canvas is the place where we create the dashboard, right? And let me tell you one thing as well. Power BI desktop is free. There are 3 platforms, or there are 3 versions of Power BI: basic version, Pro, and Premium. So at the moment, we are working on Power BI desktop basic version. Power BI Pro and Premium does not come under free licensing. Power BI Pro costs you around $10 per user per month, and Power BI Premium costs around $5,000. We do have annual subscription model as well in Power BI, in Microsoft. So organizations who want Power BI to be used yearly, so they can buy that package. But now we are going to work on the free license. So this section that you see on the top is called as a menu bar. and on the bottom you see the toolbar. So these options are basically used to connect to the data that you have in your system. Here you see these options. These are nothing but charts that you would like to create. So if you click over here, you'll get to see all these icons. You can see we can create any types of charts in Power BI. So these are the traditional charts which are already pre-built in Power BI desktop as part of software. We do have Power BI app or Power BI app source platform, wherein if you don't have the chart mentioned or listed over here, then you can also use the third-party application charts, import that into Power BI module, and then you can use it for visualization. If you go to Insert tab, we do have other options like you can create some AI-based visuals. You can see key influencers, decomposition tree, smart narrative. These are AI visuals. We do have Power Platforms such as we can make use of Power Apps and Power Automate. These are advanced level things. Using these options, you can actually create the mobile app. You can embed the charts in the mobile app and then you can show to users. Using Power Automate, you can actually click on a button and then some action would happen post clicking of that button. So suppose you want to send an email to user. So if some user clicks on the button of send email, then Power Automate would trigger the action and then email would be sent to the recipient. Now, these are the elements that I was talking about, which are already present in Excel. So you can insert the text, you can insert the buttons, shapes, images. In the modeling tab, you can see that there are options such as relationships, the calculation stuff, then page refresh option. You can also create the parameters and row level security as well. So basically parameter is the function or its feature in Power BI primarily used to see the information in the chart based on user interaction. So if user types in some value in the box, user can see what happens to the chart with that value. In the view tab, you can see the information about, like you can show the features or you can hide the features. In the optimize view, you can refresh the visuals, you can pause the visuals as well, and you can open the performance analyzer. So basically, in order to optimize the Power BI dashboards, you can use this option. Talking about the left-hand side section, it is about report pane. This is called as a canvas or the report view. So report view is responsible for creating the dashboards. This option is basically the data view. So the data view is basically the information that you would get to see about the data that you have imported in Power BI desktop. And the last option that you see is model view. So in the model view, it is basically the relationship screen. In case you import more than one table, and because you want to join the two tables based on common column, this data modeling tab would be used. So Power BI would identify the common columns automatically based on similar spelling name of columns, and you don't have to do much about it. In case the common column that we have in two tables does not have the same spelling, then you need to create the relationship using the option called as manage relationships. Currently, this is grayed out because we have not imported any data at the moment. Let's go back to the report view. If you click on this option, it says filters. So you can apply the filters in Power BI reports or Power BI charts as per your business logic. If you click on this icon, it says data. So this is a data tab wherein you will get to see the information about which tables have you imported and what columns do we have in those tables. So all in all, this is about Power BI desktop front end where you are going to work as a Power BI. Now, how to download this Power BI desktop? If you go to Chrome or your default browser, if you insert this link, let me share this link. So Power BI can be downloaded from this website. You can see that there is an option called as download. So we need to download that from in English mode. One thing to note here is that Power BI desktop is not meant for the system operating on Mac. Power BI desktop is meant only for Windows system. So if you open the system requirements, you can see what are the supported operating systems Microsoft Power BI has or Microsoft Power BI supports. So only Windows system, you can see the categorization of which Windows you are going to work. So after looking at the system requirements, I hope most of the participants would be operating on Windows system, maybe Windows 10 or 11. So you can simply click on download button. A screen appears after that, which will tell you which file you have to download. PBI desktop setup x64.exe or PBI desktop setup.exe. So most of the modern laptops come with 64-bit system. So in case your system configuration is based on 64 bits, you have to download this run file. So you select like this, click on next. The moment you click on next, this setup file will run. This setup file will be downloaded and you need to run it. In case you are working on 32-bit system, you have to select this option and select next option to download this run file and install it. So as simple as that. This way you can download PowerBi desktop to your system. Now we already have found the dataset, which is Excel dataset. If you see in my system, the name of Excel file is sample superstore, which is Microsoft Excel worksheet. So in this data source, we have information about the orders and the customers information. The customers, which customers have placed which orders, what is the order ID, on which date order was placed, on which date order got shipped, and so on. So we do have information about the product names, country, state, city, and all. You can go to right. You can see which region it is, which state it is, which city it is, which country it is, right? Product names belong to which categories and subcategories. What are the names of the products, actual names of the products, and how much sales happened for that product, how many quantities were bought, how much discount was given, and how much profit earned by the company. So this is the ideal data set, which consists of around 21 columns and 10,194 rows. You can see in total there are 10,194 rows, and this column is considered as the 10,195th. So this is what summarizes about the data that we are going to connect in both Power BI and Tableau. So this data set I'm going to share in the chat window. So let me just close this file and let me share the file in the chat box. Okay, I have perfectly shared the file in the chat box. You can use this chat box file and you can download it right away so that you can work on Power BI desktop. Now, since we know what is Power BI desktop and what is the main use of it and what data source we are going to connect, it's time for us to create the charts and see the different features. In order to create the charts in Power BI, what we are going to do, we have to first connect to the data, because in case you connect to data, then you can create charts. Since the data that we are going to connect is present in Excel file, so I must make sure that I connect Power BI to the data, which is Excel file format. For that purpose, I need to click on this Get Data option. So using Get Data option, you can get to see the list of all the files or data sources supported at the moment by Power BI. Power BI supports more than hundreds data sources, one of which is Excel. Suppose you want to connect to any other platform, any other databases, maybe SQL Server. So you can just type the name of SQL and you can see by the name of SQL how many data sources are there. So now I don't want anything to be searched because I can see Excel workbook over here. I can just select it. And at bottom, you can see the connect option. It means I want to connect Excel workbook to Power BI. So I click on connect. And then Power BI is asking, where is the file? Where is the Excel file that you would like to connect? So now I'm going to connect to the file which is present in my Tableau repository folder, which is sample superstore. So I click on open. Now Power BI will open the navigator tab. This is called as a navigator tab. In the Excel file that I showed, the name of Excel file was sample superstore. In the sample superstore, we had 3 tabs: orders tab, people tab, and returns tab. Other information is about the name ranges. So you can import name range data as well. I'm going to only import the orders file, which consists of customers, orders, products, sales. You see this, right? We just saw the information about these rows and columns. So we click on orders, and then the 3 options get highlighted. You can see at the bottom, we have load, transform data, and cancel. So load option is useful in case you think that the data or underlying data source which you are connecting contains no anomaly. If you are confident on the data side that there are no problems with respect to rows, columns, data types, then you can simply click on load to load this orders file to data model here. In case you think that you need to change something, maybe you need to change the column name, you need to change the data type, or it may so happen that you have to change some values because there are some spaces in the values. Let's say I have customer name. So in the customer name column, if we do have some unwanted characters, null values, missing values, if you think that you are doing or you are dealing with that kind of data, then it becomes imperative to deal with that data before you create charts. Because if you create charts, then it will give you only that information which you have provided to Power BI, right? So in order to clean the data, in order to make transformation to the data, we do that in a special window called as Power Query Editor. So to go to Power Query Editor, we click on this option which says Transform Data. So when we click on Transform Data, you can see the screen which opens is called as Power Query Editor. Okay, so some of you might be knowing Power Query since it is also available in Excel. Okay, there are many features which are common between Excel and Power BI, one of which is Power Query Editor. So here you can do a lot of changes, like suppose I want to change the data type of order ID. I can just select this and you can select or choose any data type that you think is correct. Right, at the moment the data type is text, which is ABC, right? In Power Query Editor, you can see that how many valid values we have in all the columns. Are there any erroneous values? Are there any empty cells? Or you can see all are 100%, 0, 0. You see any form, right? You can also see how many distinct values we have. Out of those, how many unique values we have, right? And now you can see the data till the end, till profit. If you think that everything is correct and you feel that you don't have to do any transformation as such, you can simply click on this option which says Close and Apply. Since I don't need any transformations to be done, I can simply click on this option which says Close and Apply. So once you click on Close and Apply, Power BI loads the same data to Power BI desktop. And now you can see the data has been loaded to the right hand side. You can see over here, we have this orders sheet name of Excel coming up as a table. The sheet name of Excel becomes table. And the columns inside that sheet becomes fields. So all these are called as fields. So the field is a database term. Field means column name. So the column names are arranged from A to Z manner, A, B, C, D wise. Okay, some of the columns are text data, some columns are numerical data. This summation sign or summarization sign represents that this column is new, contains numbers. By default, whenever you have the date column in Power BI, hierarchy has been created as year, quarter, month, and day. It means when you open order date, you can see the hierarchy. And when you open this hierarchy, you can see the distribution, year to day. So order date, since it is present in DD, MM, YY format, normally creates the hierarchy by default on its own. So that is not only with this data set. When you import any data set which contains date, hierarchy gets automatically created. Now, as I mentioned that if you click on data tab, you get to see the information about the data that you have collected. Now let's create the charts. As I mentioned, you create the charts from this place, but you should know which chart type you should select. For example, because all the charts are given to you and because you have liberty to choose any chart does not mean that you can use any charts while creating dashboard. There has to be some logical significance while using any chart. For example, on the top, you see these are the different variations of bar charts like stack bar chart, side-by-side chart, column chart, vertical bar chart, and so on. So in real-time scenario or in industries, two things can happen. Either the template or the wireframe would be given to you, wherein the charts, colors, symbols, icons, numbers, x-axis, y-axis, everything will be shown to you, maybe in the PPT format, and same as it is, you have to create it Power BI. Or client may be dependent on you as to know what charts are appropriate to show the information that client needs in dashboard. So we should be ready for answering any question. So for example, I have not been given any template as such, so I have to create the bar chart. So bar chart typically used to make the comparative analysis. Means, suppose I need to know category-wise sales. In total, there are 3 categories. So if I want to compare which category is having highest sales, which category is having least sales, I can perfectly use bar chart. That will give you more sense than showing the same data in different charts. So to create bar chart, I can simply click on this option and you can choose either a horizontal or a vertical bar chart. Either this one, or this one, anyway. So let me click on this first icon which says stack bar chart. The moment when you click on any icon or visual, you see this visual has been created. Now the best part with Power BI is that you can actually increase the size or decrease the size based on your Power BI screen. So you can increase the width in this way or decrease the width in this way. You can increase the height in this way or decrease the height in this way. If you want to increase or decrease the width and height at the same time, you can just keep this, select this corner and select it in this, right? Not only this, you can even move this anywhere. For example, I want to move this to center. So I can select this chart, select this visual and just drag and drop somewhere here at the center. So I'm moving this chart exactly at the center. You can see the 2 red color lines. So you might be knowing this, these red colored dotted lines appear in PPT as well, right? So you see Power BI has used the features of some features of PPT, PowerPoint, most of the features of Excel, and then it has created this software. And it is static nowadays. Now, it is asking us to select or drag the data to populate this visual. Means I want to select the columns which I want in the bar chart. So since I already mentioned I want to create category-wise sales, I would first click on this option which says category. You can see that category has been added to the y-axis and the x-axis I need sales. So 2 ways are there. Either you click on add data or you can simply click on the checkbox. So you can click on add data and you can select which column you want on x-axis. So let's say there are many columns and you are unable to find where is sales. In the search box, you can search where is sales. So I type sales. So sales is selected now. And in a second, within a second, you can see a chart has been created, right? So x-axis consists of sum of sales. Y-axis consists of categories. As we have selected the same options in this build a visual icon. Categories on y-axis. Sum of sales is on x-axis, right? Now you can do a lot of formatting here as to you can show the chart values like sum of sales values outside the chart, inside the center of the chart. You can change the color of the chart, right? You can hide the x-axis or you can modify the x-axis and its title. Same goes with y-axis values and its title. You can change the chart title as well. You can format it. You can add the rounded rectangle or simple rectangle as well. So all these things you can do simply using format option. Formatting is very much needed when you create dashboard using any tool. So how to create or how to do the formatting? So we click on this option and then you see the 3 three dots, which we call ellipsis button. So we click on this ellipsis, and then there's an option which says format. So we click on format, and now the format section appears on the right hand side. So you can see over here, we have so many options. The one which we are requiring at the moment is to show the labels on the right hand side. So to show the labels in Power BI, those are called as data labels. So currently data labels is in off mode. If you keep it on, the numbers will be shown on the right. So which numbers? The number which is represented in this chart. So this chart is built using category and sum of cells. Now out of the two, sum of cells is a number. So when you turn on this feature, you are essentially showing the sum of cells number for every category. That's what it means. So label of the data, label of this data. That's why data labels. So let's turn it on. And now you can see the sum of cells values to the right of the bar chart. So if you want these numbers to be converted into 1000 units, or you want to change the alignment of these numbers, maybe in the center or maybe inside base of this bar chart, you can do that very easily by going into more options of data labels. So if I click on this particular option, and if I come down, you can see position. Where would you like to move this? That's what it says. So do you want it inside it? You can select inside it. You can see what happens. You can select other options as well outside it. So all the values are now present on right hand side. You can select inside center as well. The values move to inside center, or you can select as inside base as well. So this is inside base, right? So I would keep as inside end. So the values will not go outside, but those will be shown as inside the bar chart, like at the edge of the bar. If you want to change the color and all, you can also change the color of the text from here. So the values color you can change from white to any other color. At the moment, I don't want to change it, so let's keep it as it is. Now in the data labels itself, you can change the values into 1000. So you can open data labels. You can see the display units. Display units means I don't want the values to be shown in billions format, but in 1000 formats. So I can change the display units to thousands. And now you see the K comes up. So K is the indication of the fact that the values have been converted into 1000. Suppose you want to remove the decimals. If you want to remove the decimals, you can remove the decimals from these options. You can type 0. So I don't want any decimals. Now you see the chart is ready. We can do a lot more things by removing the x-axis and y-axis title and giving the appropriate chart title. So let's do that. I select this option. So first of all, I want to give the title. Title means this title. So I would like to give the title as category basis. At the moment, it says sum of cells by category. So I can select and I can write what I want. The moment you say category by cells, at the same time, the title appears like that. You can change the font size, bold, italic, underline, and text color and background color from these options. So let's say I want font as Arial. So I'm selecting the font as Arial. Plus I need bold. So let's make it bold. Plus I want to increase the font size to 20. So I can increase this to 20, right? Or you can keep it 18 also. And you can give the text color as maybe this color. So you can see category wise cells change to the color. If you want to give background color, definitely you can give. So I can give black as a background. So this is how I'm showing. If you don't want it, no problem. You can remove the background color and make it more fill. And horizontal alignment should be in the center. So like this you can. Right? So this is how the chart is looking at them. As I said, let's remove the y-axis title and x-axis completely. So to remove x-axis, I click on this off button. On becomes off. So no x-axis, but the title. So you can open x-axis. You can see the title option under x-axis. You can click on this on button to make it off. There is no x-axis nor its title. Same way we can do for y-axis. So I want to show the y-axis values, but y-axis values should be shown in black color. So let's make the values of y-axis in black color. This one. And the title I don't want for y-axis. This title I don't. So if you come down, you see title. So I can make it off. Now, suppose you want to change the color of the bars, you can do that from the bars. Like you can go to bars and you can give the colors. If you change the color from here, let's say you can give this color, the color changes. In case you want different category bars, different colors, you can click on this option which says show all. And now here you can give different colors to different bars. For example, technology, this color. Furniture, maybe you can go with black color. And office supplies, maybe the sky blue. So you can go with different colors, right? And lastly, I would like to give the rectangle border to this chart. So to give the borders, I use this option which says size and style. So we go to size and style. In the size and style, there is option called as visual border. So if you click on this visual border, if you make it on, you can see the border has been given, the gray color border. Now I need the border which is of rounded rectangle. So you see rounded corners. You make it like this, 30 pixels. And the same round rectangle becomes rounded rectangle. If you think that this is not the way you should do, you can always hide the visual border, any border, and you can add the shadow. So if you click on shadow, you can see it looks like a shadow. You see here the shadow comes at the bottom as well. So this is more like a tile. Okay, so this is how it happens. You can now move it anywhere and you can place any other chart adjoining to the bar chart. So let's say for an instance, this is the chart that I have created. Now let's say for an instance, I want to give the background color or background image to this page. How do we do that? To give the background color to the page, I go to this option which says canvas background. See, if you select the chart, the formatting of the visual comes in. If you don't select the chart, if you click select outside, the report level or canvas level settings come up. So if you select canvas background, you can either add the background color or background image, any one at the time. So I can choose the color, and if you do black and I want this transparency, you can see that the information shown is in this way, right? So you can make it transparent. Now, suppose you don't want any color. So let's say that I want white color only. If you want to add the image as a background, you can select the image from the background like this. So you can use any image from your desktop. So let me use the image that I have saved. You can go to documents. So I can use the New York buildings as image. So I can select this, right? And now image.jpg comes up. And now I don't want any transparency. So let's move it inside. You can see in the background, the image comes up. You can make it more clear by reducing the transparency. You can also change the image fit from normal to fit in this way, right? Or fit to fill this way. And you can create the mesh, right? So in case you don't want any image, you can just say like this. No, so no image. You can click on cross site, so no image will be added. You can give the colors, let's say this color, and now you see how it happens, right? The color has been given. All right. Now let's create a pie chart. So why do we use pie chart? The pie chart is basically used for doing the comparative analysis in terms of percentage distribution. Means what? For example, here I know that technology is having the highest sales, office supplies is having the least sales. When you hover the mouse on the bar, you get to see some option which says category technology, and some of sales is the actual value of technology sales. This is called as a tooltip, right? So the thing is that if I want to know that the technology 840K sales, the technology 840K is forming how much percentage of the total sales. So that information is not shown in the bar chart. So we can easily see that information if you create pie chart. What is the percentage distribution of every category with respect to total sales? So if that is your requirement, you can either go with this pie chart or you can show the donut chart as well. So let's see pie chart. So if I click on pie, the pie chart appears at bottom. You can align it just adjacent to the bar chart this way. So this way I'm adding up the things. You can see. Now in the pie chart, I need to show the details. So if you click on this data tab, you can see the columns. So suppose I want to show category wise sales, I can select category and I can select sales, right? So you can see category wise sales. For example, if you see this portion is nothing but technology section. It means 36% of the sales are coming from technology. 32% of the sales are coming from furniture. 31% of the sales are coming from office supplies. So pie chart by default gives me the percentage distribution. If you have that requirement, then we go with the pie chart. Suppose I think I need to change this chart because I don't want to use this chart, but I want to use the data inside the chart. So you can replace the chart with any other chart type very easily in PowerBi. How? You can just select the chart, go to this option which says build a visual icon. And then the first option in build a visual says visual types. So which visual you want to replace pie chart with, you can select it. So go to this more options. You have lots of charts. So now I'm going to select this donut chart. And now the same information has been shown in donut. By default, when you see pie chart or donut chart, the information is shown from highest to lowest, meaning the category with highest value is shown in this way. And if you traverse through clockwise direction, the least sales and the least contribution is shown towards the end. That's how the pie chart and donut chart can be identified or can be observed. Now, suppose I want to give the same level of formatting to the donut chart as what I did in bar. I can use the option called as format painter, which is available in Excel as well. So which formatting you want to apply? Bar chart formatting. So let's select the bar. We click on this option which says format painter. We click it. And where we want that formatting to be done? To donut. So let's select donut anywhere. And now you can see that we have the shadow, we have the title, okay, and we have the different types of sections for categories, right? Now suppose my requirement is little different. Now I says I don't want to show the category wise sales as I can already see them in the bar chart. Can we show the other information in this already created donut chart? Yes, we can do so by changing the values. So if you select this visual, you can see the category is selected and sales is selected. If you click outside, you can see category and sales are unselected because you are not clicking the visual. In Power BI, chart is called as visual. Both are synonyms of each other. If you click this, you can see category, but I don't want category, I need region. So what I can do is I can uncheck category, and instead of category, I can select region. And now you see how the data is shown. Correct? Just a minute. Yeah. So suppose I want to do the formatting here. So very few formatting options we will see here, like how to show only percentage, how to show only values, or how to convert the values without decimals. You can again do in the formatting, like select the visual and then go to formatting. You can see these are the options available. Okay. You can change the color of the slices in this case. Detail labels means you can show the labels. You can decide which labels you want to show. So what I need is I want to show only the sales values. So sales values here should be selected as data values. Data value, if you select, you can see percentages are gone. And now you can show the values in K format, that is 1000 format from here with no decimals. So I can select 0. So when you say value decimal place is 0, there are no decimals. If you want the values to be shown inside the slices, inside the donut, you can use this option which says position. So go to position and keep it inside. As simple as that, right? Now, like I have created charts. I have created donut chart. I have created pie chart. I have created bar chart. So this I can easily do in Excel. So why do we need Power BI? Using Power BI, you can make beautiful interactions as well, very easily. What it means? The meaning is that, first of all, let me change the title. You can change the title by double clicking this title. So you can write over here as regional sales. Right? You can see the title has been changed directly. So what I was saying is that suppose I want to analyze very easily that if I select technology, then in technology, which region is having the highest sales only for technology? Or if I select West region, then give me the distribution of 740K into different categories. So if you select West, it means in the West region, which category is having the highest sales, lowest sales, and second highest sales. So that kind of ad hoc kind of interaction I can do on real-time dashboard using Power BI. So let's see. Suppose I select West. You can see the bar chart gets filtered out for the West. So now I got to know, to my notice, I got to know that it is furniture which is having the highest sales in West. You can compare the values. If you select this East region, then in East region, we have technology as the highest sales. Furniture and office supplies are having almost the same sales. Same goes with Central. Furniture, office supplies almost same, and highest is technology. And in case of South, it is again technology which is having highest sales. Furniture is having least in this case. So this is the way how we can do the interaction. Same goes with this. If you select bar, the donut chart gets filtered. So this is called as interaction, the visual level interaction that happens normally when you have more than one chart in one page. You can rename this page. For example, so this is bar plus donut charts. You can rename this as bar plus donut charts because we have shown two things. I hope whatever we have learned till now, you got the feeling as what Power BI is and how powerful it is, right? Suppose if my requirement is, if you select only this West, so I don't want to show this highlighted remaining portion. I just want to show 253K. So same goes with donut as well. Means if you select any bar, then I just want to show only donut chart, which is getting filtered for office supplies. Don't show the highlighted portion. If that is your requirement, then we apply the filter as edit interaction filter, which means if you select this bar, there's an option called as format in the menu bar, right? So if you go to menu bar, there's an option called as edit interactions. So we click on edit interactions. The moment you click on this option which says edit interactions, you can see the icons turn up on the top of donut chart. So what it means, suppose I select this visual, and if I select technology, it means by default, the donut chart gets highlighted, right? Now, this option says that, do you want to show only filtered values in the donut? Then you can click on this icon. So let's click it, right? This is what we wanted, isn't it? So if you select furniture, you can see the distribution of furniture in different regions. So Furniture is having highest sales in West. That's what we got to. And in South, we had the least. If you select office supplies, then yes, again, West tops the list and South is the region with the least sales for office supplies. For technology, East, it is East, which is having the highest sales, East, and the South is having the least sales, right? So same can be said about this. So if you select this, and if you select this option which says only show the filtered values, you can see what happens, right? So this way we can make the analysis very easy in Power BI, which is missing in Excel, right? The ease with which we are creating the dashboards and charts here has no match in Excel. Keeping that thing in mind, Power BI step. Now let me show you line chart, or you can use area chart. So basically we use line chart or area chart to show the time period values. Time period values in the sales over the period of time, like year-wise sales, month-wise sales, quarter-wise sales, or every year, every quarter sales, or every year, every month sales. So if you have that kind of requirement, you can choose line chart as an appropriate chart. So in order to choose the line chart or area chart, you can see this heading which says line and area. So you can choose, this is line chart, this is the area chart, right? So I can select this line chart. Now in the line chart, what you need to do is, I can just increase the size of that and I can put it at appropriate place in the center. And now here I need to visualize the line chart. So let's decrease the height of it. I need to analyze the order date wise sales. Like tell me year wise how much sales happen, or month wise how much sales happen. So I can do that very easily using line chart. So select order date and select the sales. That's it. So that's what we can see. Line chart is ready, right? Now let's show the labels here. So to do the labels, I go to this option which says format, right? And now whatever the settings that we did here, same kind of setting we can do in line chart, right? So you can select the chart, click on format painter, go to line chart and click the line chart. Simple, right? Now I can show the values in K format first of all. So the data labels that we have should be shown in K format. So I'm going here. And then you see the values. So the values must be in black color and show the values in thousands format without any decimals. You can see. Now every number is given at some point. So that point is not highlighted. That is called as a marker. So we need some circle over here to show the chart. So that circle is nothing but a markers. So I can show the markers. You can see the circle comes up. Now you can change the color of circle as black. You can increase the size of marker as well. Let's say 7. And the colors that I need. So I would like to have black color, right? And the line color that I need is something this color. Perfect, right? So you have this line chart created, isn't it? Now in the line chart, I don't want any grid lines. So I will say the vertical grid lines, these vertical grid lines I don't. So let's out. All right. Now let's reduce the width of it to maintain the aspect ratio. Okay. So this is how we have created the line chart. So to our notice, we came to know that it is 2023, which is having the highest sales. And the least sales was observed in the year 2021. Now, because you are using the hierarchy, if you see the data tab, this is a hierarchy, right? You have used the hierarchy of date like year, quarter, month, and day. This is a hierarchy. Because you use hierarchy in any chart of Power BI, because of that, you get to see 4 more options. Now, these options are basically used to show you details in the depth. Right now, what is the x-axis? It says year. So is your chart prepared only for year or for the hierarchy itself? The hierarchy. So if I want to see quarter wise, month wise, or day wise sales, I can I can take the help of these icons to see the same sales in different date parts. Very simple. So to show that, I click on this icon which says go to the next level in the hierarchy. So after year we have quarter, right? So this title will change, x-axis will change, chart will change. You can see. So now you can see the quarter. So quarter one means every year we have quarter. So suppose if I want to know this quarter one represents which year, it is nothing but the quarter one of all the years put together. Okay, that is what the quarter is. So all these values you see, these values are the values of same quarter every year. So in we have the data from 2020 to 2023. We have 4 years. So in 4 years, every quarter repeats one time. So in total, we have 4 quarters. Quarter 4 repeats 4 times. Quarter 3 repeats 4 times, and so on. So the total sales of all the quarters put together is nothing but 890. So that's how we can understand this chart. We can again go down and then we can see the month-wise sales. You can see the title, you can see the x-axis and the chart. So to our notice, we got to know that it is this month, which is November, which is having the highest sales. So the November month of all the 4 years is having the highest sales. And February month of all the 4 years put together is having the least sales when compared with other months. Right? So this option is called as drill up. So you came from year to quarter, quarter to month. Now it's time for us to go back to the year. So to do that, we click on this icon which says drill up this way. Now you can see the x-axis at the title changes. Now this icon that you see is basically used to expand the hierarchy to the next level, including the keeping the previous level as well. Means if you click on this icon, year will change to quarter, but year values will also be shown on x-axis. Means if you select this option, you get to see something else. So here, when you hover the mouse, you get to see every year, every quarter sales. So 2020 quarter 1, 2020 quarter 2, 2020 quarter 3, and so on. So the last point here would be 2023 quarter 4. This is the last data that is available with us. Right? So this is how I can show the things. I can still go further and then I can show the same details for each year, each month data. So each year, each month sales I am showing in the line chart format. You can see that, isn't it? So to my notice, I came to know that this point 2023 November happens to be the highest grossing sales month. If you compare this, there's no match for this point or for this month. And I observed that 2020 February was having the least sales actually. So this is how I can analyze the data to the maximum. So I know the 3 icons now, drill up, and these are expanding the hierarchy to the next levels. One of the most important aspect in any BI tool is drill down and drill up features, out of which we know drill up. So what is drill down? This icon is called as drill down. So what does that mean? That means you can select a specific point and then using that specific point, you can drill it down to the maximum level as you want. So everyone knows a drilling machine, the purpose of drilling machine. It is used to make a hole and to go into more depth. With that name, drill down means we are going down to carry out more analysis. We are going in more depth to understand the concept. So let's say I want to know, I have a case scenario that why 2021 sales is having least sales when compared with other year sales. So I want to know more about it. So what I can do is I can select this point. I will wait for it to become black and then select which point you want to analyze in more depth. I say 2021, so select it. So now you can see in 2021 what happened. In 2021, as expected, this is a quarter-wise sales, right? Year and quarter. So which year it is? 2021. Which quarter it is? Quarter 1. So Quarter 1 is a problem. Quarter 2 is a problem. Very less sales have happened in these 2 quarters. Means for the first half of the year, 2 quarters, the sales are less when compared with other year quarters. So let's say first quarter means Jan to March. Which month was having least sales? So let's click on first quarter of 2021. So now I got to know it is February month, 2021 February, which is a culprit. It is having very least sales. So let's see which day it is. So I got to know that this point, which is having only, if you see the tooltip, the sum of sales value at this 10 February date, only $77 of the sales happened, only $77, right? So we do have other points as well. You see, this is the least, $26, around $26. So we have got to the root of the reason why it is happening like that. So if you analyze the other dates also, the sales are not so promising. The sales are very low. Okay, because of all these reasons, the sales in 2021 are expected to be low when compared with other years. This is how I can analyze the line chart or area chart, right? So I can put line chart or area chart here as well. So what I can do is I can select this bar chart and put it somewhere at the top. I can select this donut chart and I can put it somewhere here. And this space I can accommodate to have the line chart. So how we can copy paste the chart? Very simple. So let's say I'm showing month-wise sales. So suppose I want to show I want to copy this chart to the previous page. I can just select the visual. I can use Control-C for copy. Go to the page, select the page and Control-V. And now you can see line chart is ready, isn't it? So you can now analyze like how much flexibility Power BI gives to the users in terms of building the dashboards, right? You can see it, isn't it? It's very, very simple and very intuitive as well. Now you can adjust your bar chart and donut charts accordingly. Correct? Very, very simple. So you can have all these charts shown in this way. Okay. Suppose you want this chart to be shown in area chart, area mode. You can select this chart, go to the visual, and you see this option which says area chart. So you can have the areas. The same chart becomes area, isn't it? Very, very simple. Okay. And now suppose I want to know that in 2023, you said that the sales are highest, right? In 2023. So if I go down, let's say if I go down each year, each month for 2023. So I want to know that if you select this November 2023, which category was having the highest sales and which region was having the highest sales. Let's see that. So let's select this point. Let's click on the filter icon. Let's click on the filter. And to our notice, we got to know that November 2023 sales was maximum in the East region, and it is technology which is having the highest sales. Now, if I want to know, I know that in November 2023, East region is having highest sales when compared with other regions. But in East region, which category was having highest sales? That I don't. If I want to know that, I will again click on this East region, right? And this particular option which says November 2023. Right, this control this using control key. I'm selecting both the filters or both the points. I selected this, press control key and select this point. To my notice, it is observed that technology is having the highest sales, furniture is having the least sales. That's how I can see the things. Okay, that's why these tools are called as powerful business intelligence tools. You can make out the decisions, carry out the insights very easily. Okay, I hope you might have understood these concepts very easily. Apart from applying filter and all, we do have other features as well, like conditional formatting. So let me show the example of that. So let's say for an example, I go to the page number 3. I don't want this page now, so I delete that. So let's say I want to use conditional formatting. So how do we use that in Power BI? So the conditional formatting that you used in Excel, same kind of stuff we have in Power BI, but in some very easy manner. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a table. The table which is a matrix form, this matrix or a table form. So I can select a table. And in this table, I can actually show the 3 columns, or I can show 4 columns. Let's say for an instance, I want subcategory, sales, profit, and quantity to be shown in the table in columns manner. So let me select that, all the columns, subcategory. Okay. Then what I need is sales. Sorry, let me undo everything. Select the chart, add subcategories. There are total 17 subcategories. Sales, profit, followed by quantities. Right. So now you can see that we have all the information shown in a table form. So if the person or the user is unable to identify the chart or unable to read the chart properly, for all such users, we do have table as Excel-like table. So I want this chart to be shown in proper format. So what I can do is I can just modify this by going into formatting. So column headers that I want should be in bold. So I can choose bold. Column headers means this. Then the values, the grid lines. I need the grid lines. If you want grid lines, you can go with it. Otherwise, as it is. So I don't want grid lines. So you can make it off. If you add grid lines, then you can see the grid lines are pairing up as a gray color. I don't want it. Then I want the totals not to be shown. So these are the grand totals. So I can avoid those by going into total and avoiding it. So no totals are shown. And now, suppose I want to convert the sales values into 1000, profit values into 1000, then I can do that very easily. That we do using this option which says specific column. So we go to specific column. We can select a column which I want to format. So since I want to convert sales and profit into key, I should select the drop down as sum of sales. Right. And then I want the values to be shown in center. And display unit should be thousands without any decimals. You can see sum of sales is in K form. Same goes with profit. You can select profit, center, display unit should be 1000 and no decimals. Right. Now, suppose I want to increase the distance between the rows. Right now, the table looks little compact. I want to make it little sparse and should have the enough space between any 2 rows. So I can use the option called as row padding, which is available in grid. Or you can even search here. Row padding. So it is available in the grid. You can see options. You can see row padding. So let's make the row padding as maybe 5. And now you have enough space between the 2 rows. Very, very simple. Okay. So this is what I have at the moment for the table. Now I want sum of quantity to be shown in center also. So select a specific column. Quantity should be shown in the center this way. Perfect. Now, in case you want to change this column name as sales, this as profit, this as quantity, I can do that very easily. To do that, I select the visual, go to this option which says build a visual. Whatever the names that you see over here, same names are assigned as column names in table. So if you want to change the name of sum of sales to sales, I need to change it over here so that it reflects here. So you can simply right click on sum of sales and there's option called as rename for this visual only. So rename. Right. Same way for profit, double click, profit, double click, quantity. So here for sales, profit and quantity, which aggregate function is applied, that you can see by right clicking on that sum of sales and checking here, that is sum. For profit also, sum. For quantity as well, sum, right? And suppose you want to increase the column width, so you can do that very easily this way. Okay. Right. So very simple. Now I can just make sure that the sum of sales alignment should be in the center. Profit alignment should be in the center, column header, and same goes with quantity. Perfect. Now the table is ready. So now you can actually apply the conditional formatting as like adding the background color or adding the font color or adding the icons. Okay, same as Excel. So I'm going to show you all the information about background color, font color, icons, and data bars. I want to apply the background color to cells based on one condition. The condition is that if you select this cells, this arrow means you are sorting the cells from highest to lowest. You see, the highest is this one and the least is 9,000, right? So I have a requirement. The requirement is if the sales value of any subcategory exceeds 2 lakhs, the background color should be green in color. If the sum of sales value for any subcategory happens to be in the range of 1 lakh to 2 lakh, it means from here to here, then the background color should be shown in orange. In case the sum of sales value happens to be less than 1 lakh, less than 100K, it means these subcategories, sales, then have the background color as red. So 3 colors, green color, orange color, red color. So since I'm going to apply the background color in this column, which represents sales, I should apply the conditional formatting on the sales. So I can do that very easily by going into visual, right clicking on sales, and there's option which says conditional formatting. So you can see these options. So I can apply background color. Because I don't want the gradient of the color, I don't want the same color, different variation, because I want different rule color. So I'm selecting the option as rule from here. And now have the 3 rules. There are 3 rules. So I should select 3 rules. Click on new rule to have the 3 rules. The rule is based on this fact, sum of sales, right? And it is based on the values of the sales. This is the rule. What rule? These are the rules. So the first rule is if the value is more than or equal to 2 lakhs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 lakh as a number, not as a person. So I should select number. And if it is less than or equal to, here I should select strictly greater than 2 lakhs and less than or equal to maximum number, maximum of sum of sales. So in sum of sales, maximum value is 336K, 3,36,000. So this rule essentially means if the value of sum of sales is in the range of 2 lakh to 3,36,000, then I need a color. So that color has to be green. So you can select the green color. So green color is not available here. You can go to more colors. And from this palette, you can select the colors. So I select this and maybe you can select this green color. In case you have any RGB code, you can write it over here or hex code will also be fine. So this is a green color, right? Next, if the value, so the second rule was 1 lakh to 2 lakh orange. So if the value is 1 lakh greater than or equal to 1 lakh as a number and less than or equal to 2 lakhs as a number, right? Then I need orange color. So you can choose maybe this color, right? Otherwise, I need red color. So red color means if the value is between 0 to 1 lakh, 0 means minimum, right? If the value is minimum, so in this sales, which is minimum 9,000. So minimum to 1 lakh is red. So minimum is number So greater than or equal to minimum and less than 1 lakh as a number. Then I need red color. Again, red color is not there. This is maroon. I need red color. So I can go to more. I can select red color, any red color that I wish. Perfect. And now let's click OK. And now you can see we have 3 color codings. Now let's convert these values into white because this is not looking good. So we can do that very easily in the specific column cells. Okay. So the cells value I need in white color. So text color should be white. Perfect. Isn't it? Very, very simple. Suppose I want to give the profit value as green color, loss value as red color, and I would also like to give the icons as triangle up, triangle down. Up triangle means profit, down triangle means loss. I can do that very easily to profit column. So I need font color green and red. Green means positive value of profit, red means negative value of profit. So how do we do that? Same rule I'm going to apply for the icons, up triangle, down triangle. Positive value, up triangle, negative value, down triangle. So I can go here, I can go to profit, okay, and I can right click on profit to select conditional formatting. This case around, I can use font color. The font color is based on the rule. So I should select the rule. A rule on the basis of these values, right? So the rule says if the value is strictly greater than 0 as a number, and if it is less than or equal to maximum of the profit. So maximum profit in our case is 56,000 and the minimum profit is minus 18,000. So this condition means if the value is more than 0 and less than or equal to 56,000, then I need the font color as green. So let's go here and select green color. And I need one more rule. If the value is greater than or equal to minimum as a number and less than 0, strictly less than 0. So what is minimum number in our case? Minus 18. So minus 18,000 to 0, less than 0. Then I need red color. I click on more colors. I click on this icon to select red color. Perfect. So click OK. And now you see the font color changes to green and red. Same rules I can apply to the icons. For profit, you can go here, right click on profit, go to conditional formatting, and then you can select the icons. So the icon is based on the rule, and I want the icon to the right of the numbers. I want icons to be placed to the right hand side of the number. So alignment should be towards right. And icon alignment should be in the middle, vertically. I need 2 rules, so I don't need 3 rules. So I'm removing this last one. The first rule is greater than or equal to, or strictly greater than 0 as a number, and less than or equal to maximum. Then I need up triangle. So I can select the triangle from here. So you can see where is up triangle. It is there at the down bottom. Up triangle, down triangle. So I can select this triangle. If the value is greater than or equal to minimum number and less than 0, means negative numbers, right? As a number. Then I need down triangle. So which is red color down triangle. Same conditions in this case around, we are using icons. And now you can see the icons also appear. So see how easily we have done this in PowerBi, right? Now to avoid the spaces between the number and the icon, we can align these values to the right hand side. We can go to specific column, profit. I need the values to be shown on right, this way, isn't it? So it's very simple, and you can change, you can decrease the width of the profit column. All right, very simple. So now I need the quantity data bars. So using data bars, instead of showing the numbers here, you can actually show the bar chart inside the table for the quantity column. So right click, quantity, We can go to conditional formatting and we can go to data bars, right? And now I will say, show me only the bars. Don't show me the quantity values. Just show me the bars. That's it. And you can see that I'm getting the bars. You can sort the data highest to lowest in terms of quantities. So you can see that how effectively we are showing the information in the table. So I have given you the way how we can design a table as per our need. I have given the background color here. I have given the font color here. In the same column, I have given the icons. And for different column, I have given the data bars. So when you hover the mouse on the bar, it does not show anything. But you can see that we have shown the information in bar chart inside the table, isn't it? So this is about the conditional formatting that can be applied in the Power BI, right? In Power BI, we do have options of hierarchy, creation of custom hierarchy. It means, for example, let's say in this category, I want to show subcategory wise sales also, or maybe segment wise sales as well. So I can do that very easily by creating the hierarchy. Or in this bar chart, you can add below category, you can add segment so that hierarchy will be created and you will get to see those 4 icons, drill up, drill down, those icons. So let me add those. Let me add that column called as segment. So if you add segment, now you can see segment is part of y-axis. Okay, now you see the icons. Now if you click on this, you can now see the segment wise sales. This information is now segment wise sales, right? If you go up, this information is with respect to category wise sales, isn't it? If you click on this option, it shows me category and segment together, right? So this is category and segment, like technology consumer, you can see. This is like furniture consumer. This is like office supplies consumer, and so on. So you can have hierarchy defined inside bar chart itself. As long as you have more columns, you can add as many columns into hierarchy as possible, right? So that's how we can think of creating the hierarchy inside the visuals. We do have option called as filters, actually. So filters means using filters, you can apply the filter on any chart. The main purpose of filters in any visual is to restrict the data so that the client condition or business requirement is met. For example, my requirement is to show only the data for California state, or to show the data only for any particular product. Then I can add up that particular filter to this place. Okay, so I'm going to show you visual level filter, as there are 3 types of filters in Power BI: report level, page level, and visual level. So on most of the scenario basis, we use visual level filters a lot. Means, suppose I want to filter only this chart, then I can apply filter only on this chart by selecting this chart. Okay. If you want to filter the all charts in this page, then we can use the page level filter, which is nothing but filters on this page. Which page? This page. Page name is this. If you have used all the charts here, I mean 3 charts here, all the charts will get filtered out for that value. Okay. So let's say for an example, I want to apply the filter of country. So let's apply country, drag and drop country in this section. And in our case, we have 2 filters, I mean 2 values for country. One is Canada and the second one is US. So suppose I want to know Canada. If I select Canada, all the filters, all the charts are getting filtered out for Canada, right? If you unselect this, if you select only United States, the chart is getting filtered out for US, isn't it? So if you select Canada, you can see Canada, right? So you can add as many columns as possible at this place. Suppose I want to select Canada, not Canada. Let's say I want to select USA. So I'm selecting only United States. And I want to show a particular segment. So I can add the segment here. there are two filters. So in USA corporate, how much sales happened? You can see this is what happened in USA corporate, right? So how we can see whether a particular visual is undergoing the filter or not? How to see that? Very simple. You can select a visual and you see this funnel like icon, hover the mouse over there, and you can see how many filters are getting applied on that visual and what are the values. So you can hover over this funnel icon in every chart, you'll get to see the details, right? You can see it. Because this is page level filter, that's why this table is not getting affected, because this table is present in separate page, and all the charts are present in page number 1. Because of that, the table is not getting affected, right? So this is about the filters, how we can apply filters. Okay, you can also apply top 3, bottom 3, top 5, bottom 5, and so on. To give you an example, let's see, let's say this is what we have. Okay, so, okay, perfect. Now let's say I want to show the subcategory wise cells here. So let's say this is subcategory wise cells. Okay, so I don't want any segment, so let's avoid it. And I don't want category, I want subcategory. So let's add subcategory. You can see over here we have subcategories, right? So very simple. Now I don't want any other filters. Suppose I want to apply the filter on this bar chart only to show top 5 or top 3 subcategories with respect to some options. So how do we do that? It's as simple as applying the filter as visual level filter and selecting top n value from that filter. So we select this visual, right? And we go to this filters option, right? And then you have this option subcategory. I want to see top what? Top subcategories. So I should apply the filter here, top subcategory. So go here. In the basic mode of filtering, instead of that, you can select top n. Top n. So I want to select top. What top subcategories? How many top values? 5. So type 5. And this top 5 is based on which number? This number. So what these numbers represent? Cells. So here I should add the cells from the data pane. So you see cells, drag and drop that over here. And then you have to click on this section which says apply filter. The moment you click on apply filter, top 5 subcategories will be shown. You can see the top 5 subcategories, right? Now, if I hover the mouse on this funnel icon, only this chart is getting affected. The top 5 subcategories is not affecting other visuals in the same page. Because this is visual level filter, so only particular visual is getting affected and not the other ones. That's what it means, isn't it? Suppose I want to see bottom 5 worst performing subcategories. I can select top to bottom and then apply filter. So these are the subcategories which are performing worst actually. Okay, these are bottom 3, isn't it? Now you can apply filter like this. You can still apply filter. So in this quarter 4, okay, in this quarter 4, art is having 10,000 sales. Just 10,000 comprising of quarter 4 of all the 4 years. Okay, so see how effective is this while making the insights, right? So this is how we can understand Power BI by creating the charts and visuals, charts or different features. So today we learned about bar chart creation, formatting of bar chart, pie chart, donut chart creation and formatting of the same, line chart, area chart creation and formatting of that, table creation and adding the conditional formatting in that table by adding background color, font color, icons and data bars. And we also learned about edit interaction option. Like suppose if I select, let's say this point, then if I click on this highlight option, the highlight option can be shown, or if you click on filter, then filter option is shown. like there is no highlighted portion, only 18,000. If you click it, 18,000 comes here and rest of the part is highlighted as gray color. Okay, so that is edit interaction. All right. I also showed you how to change the background color of any page, or how to add the background image in a page. Using whenever we create a dashboard, we make sure that we should know the dimensions of the page. Means, if I see what is the dimension of this page, we don't know. So you can go to page information, or we can go to canvas settings, and then you can check the information about the size. So if you go to canvas settings, it is of 16:9. So height is this much and width is this much. So if you go to type, and if you select custom, if you have custom height and custom width, you can select custom, and you can set the height as maybe 1200, and the height maybe as 1500. And now you can just align your charts accordingly. So this way you can adjust the charts. You can have the charts shown in better. You can have more charts included, right? So this is how we can expect this to happen. Okay. So very, very simple stuff that you can see. Okay. So this is how we can actually change the layout and the dimensions or the size of the particular page as per our need. All right. If you don't want it, then what you can do, you can select this 16:9 only, and then you can resize the things that you did previously. This is undo and redo button. So you might be knowing what they do. So if you undo everything, you will get to see this thing. So the page does not change. The 16:19 does not change, right? So let's keep it 16:19, and let's have this chart shown over here. So let's bring it down. Okay, perfect. Right. So you can align it in this way. Okay. So I hope you might have enjoyed today's session. In tomorrow's session, we will see how to best use the charts, chart elements, how to best place the different types of actions that we have in the Power BI dashboard, like bookmarks action, navigator action. So we will create 2 or 3 pages, or maybe 4 pages, and then we will see how to move from one screen to another screen, how to insert the external image, how to apply the action so that we can open the hyperlink upon clicking the images, and so on, right? So like we save the Excel file in .xls or .xlsx format, the Power BI files are also saved in 2 file formats. Whether you can save, you can save the Power BI file either in PBIT format or PBIX format. PBIT is just like a template. You are not saving the data with it. You are just showing the template of the dashboard that you created in the page. Or if you go with PBIX, along with the charts, you are also saving the data in that file. So that's the difference between PBIX and PBIT. So in order to save this report, we go to this save icon, and we give a specific name. Let's say charts and dashboards, let's say. So we save it in PBIX format, and then we click on save. Okay, so you can save this to your local drive or local folder. So that's it from my end in today's session. I hope everyone might have enjoyed. So let's connect everyone at the same time in next session, that is tomorrow's session. Over to you, Amar.
Yeah, thank you so much. So team, I already shared the attendance and feedback in the chat box. Please mark your attendance. I'm sharing it once again. So please go and give your valuable feedback as well. And if you're facing any difficulties now, please share all the things over email. I'm sharing that email as well. If you are facing any difficulties while accessing the LMS or anything else, any different query, just drop an email to edl@excelr.com. I'm sharing that email ID with you guys. Thank you so much, all of you, for such a wonderful feedback. So we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. So please don't forget to mark your attendance. I'm sharing the attendance link once again in the chat box. And it's mandatory to get the certificates. 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certifications. So please make sure you are attending sessions on a daily basis and marking the attendance as well. Yeah, Aditya, then no problem. Anyway, 60% attendance is mandatory. Yeah, no problem, Aditya. Yes, team, we are done with the session. If you don't have any query or question, you can drop out. Attendance link is not visible. Guys, I'm sharing with you, everyone. Please check once. Yes, so one more thing, there is one question. Zoom link is the same for all 5 days. Yeah, Madhavi, the Zoom link is the same for all 5 days. You can join using the same link. Yes, recorded sessions will be available over LMS. You can access that anytime. It will be available for lifetime. Yeah, I will share that material, like practice file over LMS as well by today end of the day. Do we have this for text data as well? No, so. Okay, there are lots of requests for feedback link. Once again, I'm sharing. Anything else? If you have any query or question, please drop in the chat box. I will take it up. Yes, so regarding to the attendance link will be open between 4:30 to 5:30. Okay. And we'll share the attendance link in the Zoom, YouTube, as well as over LMS. But you need to mark it on a daily basis because 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. I hope it's clear. So there is a one question. I have submitted the attendance in ExcelR dashboard. Is that okay, sir? Yeah, it's perfect. Not an issue because attendance link is the same only over Zoom, YouTube, and LMS as well. So Dr. Savita, you can go through the recordings. Today's recording, you will get the idea how to access the LMS. Or still, if you're facing difficulty, then feel free to drop an email to edl@excelr.com. Our team will get back to you. So I'm sharing that email ID, guys, with all of you. So sharing the videos in the WhatsApp group is not possible because the quality is like 1 GB up to 1 GB. So we're uploading all the recordings over LMS. So please visit LMS. You will get the recorded sessions day-wise with material. Yes, Amrita. Do you have any query? Okay, feedback link. Yeah, I'm sharing. You're welcome. Yes, Amrita, you will get the recorded sessions over LMS. I hope you have LMS access. I had faced the problem that maximum limit cost. I am not able to join the session for 130 minutes. So please solve this problem. So like the Zoom capacity is reached now, then you need to join via YouTube. So we are sharing the YouTube link in the FDP group on a daily basis. So don't worry about that. Explanation is very good. Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. Okay, I'm sharing the feedback link once again. A team will wind up within 2 minutes. If you have any query, please drop in the chat box. Good explanation, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. Please share the feedback. Yeah, I already shared. Whatever any submission will be there in the LMS. So there is no any submission. It's really lots of patience. Okay, thank you. Nice session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for such a wonderful feedbacks. So please mark your attendance and share the feedbacks over there as well. So there is one question, can we get feedback link on YouTube? Yes, we are sharing the feedback link over YouTube as well. Feedback submitted. Okay, great. Please share a Power BI and datasets link once again. Okay, I'm sharing that link. 1 minute. Power BI dataset. And anyway, we are going to upload that dataset over LMS. So you will get that as well. So as a backup, I'm sharing with you. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah, Power BI dataset. Yeah, shared over YouTube. I'm sharing in the Zoom as well. Can you please share today's feedback link? Yeah, sure. Power BI dataset. 1 minute. I am sharing the Power BI dataset. Then I will share the feedback link once again. Just allow me 1 minute, please. So, team, any another query? Okay, attendance and feedback link. Okay, then thank you so much all of you for joining the sessions. So we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Once again, thank you all of you. So we'll wind up the session.